You get paid to break into companies, legally. That's the short version of penetration testing, and it's accurate as far as it goes. Here's what it leaves out. You also write detailed reports documenting every vulnerability you found, every step you took, and every remediation recommendation. You spend a significant portion of your time in kickoff meetings, scope definition calls, and report review sessions. You work under tightly defined rules of engagement with legal agreements, spelling out exactly what you can test and what you can't. The hacking is real. So is the paperwork. The career is excellent. The mythology around it needs some revision. Penetration testing is a formal security service where an authorized team attempts to compromise a defined scope of systems, applications, or physical facilities to identify vulnerabilities before attackers do. The engagement is time-boxed, typically 1 to 4 weeks depending on scope, and operates under a signed statement of work and rules of engagement document that defines exactly what can be tested. The deliverable is a written report containing an executive summary for non-technical leadership and a detailed technical findings section that security teams use to prioritize and implement remediation. The report is the core product. The hacking is how you generate the material for it. Penetration testing breaks into several specializations. Network penetration testing targets infrastructure, firewalls, routers, VPNs, Active Directory, internal network services. Web application testing focuses on web apps, injection vulnerabilities, authentication flaws, access control issues, API security. Mobile application testing covers iOS and Android apps. Red teaming is a broader adversarial simulation with minimal rules, testing detection and response capability rather than just finding vulnerabilities. Physical penetration testing involves in-person social engineering, bypass of physical security controls, and gaining unauthorized access to facilities. Purple teaming is collaborative. Red and blue team working together in real time rather than adversarially. A typical network penetration test engagement runs roughly like this. Day 1. Reconnaissance and initial enumeration. In-map scanning of the defined IP ranges, subdomain enumeration if web is in scope, credential checks against breach databases. Days 2 through 4. Active testing. Attempting exploitation of identified vulnerabilities. Password spraying, Active Directory, testing for common misconfigurations. Days 4 and 5, reporting. Documenting findings with reproduction steps, evidence screenshots, CVSS scores, and remediation guidance. Day 6 or 7, client presentation. Walking the security team through findings and answering technical questions. This is the weekly rhythm. It varies by engagement size and type. Report writing is the skill that most new penetration testers underestimate. A finding in a report needs several components: a title that captures the vulnerability clearly, a risk rating with CVSS score, a description of the vulnerability, evidence of exploitation, screenshots, command output, proof of access achieved, clear reproduction steps that a developer can follow to verify the finding, and a remediation recommendation that's specific enough to act on. Unclear reproduction steps mean the development team can't verify the finding was real. Vague remediation advice means it doesn't get fixed correctly. The best technical penetration tester who writes poor reports will produce less value than a good tester who reports clearly. Salary ranges are concrete and vary by experience, specialization, and geography. Entry-level penetration testers with Security Plus or CEH and some practical experience typically start between $60,000 and $80,000. Mid-level testers with 2 to 4 years of experience and a certification like OSCP typically earn between $90,000 and $130,000. Senior penetration testers and red team leads at major consulting firms or financial institutions earn between $130,000 and $180,000. Independent consultants with established client relationships and rare specializations can earn significantly more. The OSCP certification and demonstrated practical experience are the most significant salary drivers at the entry to mid-transition. The entry path most reliably followed by working penetration testers. Build skills in a home lab, achieve OSCP or equivalent practical certification. contribute to bug bounty programs to build documented wins, then apply to entry-level positions at security consulting firms or as an internal security analyst with pen testing responsibilities. Avoid the trap of collecting certifications without building practical skill. OSCP requires you to compromise machines in a supervised environment within 24 hours, with no multiple choice. It is a practical demonstration of capability that hiring managers recognize as meaningful. Certifications that can be passed by memorization alone are substantially less valued for pen testing roles. Consulting firms versus internal positions represent a fundamental career choice. Consulting offers variety, different clients, different environments, different technology stacks every few weeks. The skills development is faster. The pace is demanding, and travel can be significant depending on the firm's model. Internal positions, typically a penetration testing role within a company's internal security team, offer more stability, fewer travel requirements, deeper knowledge of a single environment, and often better work-life balance. Financial institutions, defense contractors, and technology companies with large internal security teams are the primary employers of internal pen testers. Both paths are legitimate. The choice depends on whether variety or stability is your priority. The career ceiling extends beyond individual contributor work. Senior practitioners move into red team lead roles, managing a team of testers and overseeing multiple simultaneous engagements. Others transition into security architecture, using their offensive knowledge to design defenses. Some move into management, security consulting practice leadership, or CISO roles at organizations where their operational background is valued. A smaller number build independent consulting practices, often with a niche specialization, healthcare security, OTICS environments, or specific application types. The offensive security skill set is highly transferable. The career path has width, not just depth. Penetration testing is one of the few careers where the mythology and the reality are both compelling, just different. The myth, you're a lone hacker in a dark room. The reality, you're a consultant who breaks things professionally, documents those breaks in meticulous detail, presents findings to people who write the checks, and does it again next week for a different client. The skills required are real. The certifications that prove them are testable. The career path is documented. The pay is competitive. If you're building toward this, the tools are covered in our Hacker Toolkit series, and the certifications that signal readiness start with our video on CompTIA Security Plus and build toward OSCP. The roadmap exists. The work is what remains. The career runs on the tools and the certifications that prove you can use them. If this stayed with you, the Hacker's Toolkit, Part 1, goes further into the reconnaissance gear pen testers actually use, and the CompTIA Security Plus certification breaks down where the path begins. Both are on this channel.